Next up, we have splenic authority, and this is 11% of the population. And this is existential in the moment truth, especially related to like health and safety. This is an instantaneous resonance and recognition if something is healthy for you or not. And it's a highly evolved survival intelligence. It requires deep attention to subtle psychological sensations and staying present and tuned into the body's knowing. The splenic voice, it speaks softly and it does not repeat. It's like a little whisper that comes through because then another scan is already happening to give you the next little bit of information. This is a purely existential, in the moment authority, and it's designed to keep you safe. Do not allow your mind, emotional needs, wants, or others' pressure to second guess or override your splenic messages because that's what's true for you to
That's
know
what
how to make
happens.
correct decisions.
Yep, the spleen. I call this a little bit the cat on a hot tin roof inner authority because it's this way. Oh, it's that way. Oh, now it's this way. Now it's this thing.
It's like finicky.
It can be, well, it can also just squirrel,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the MG. That's probably better. Squirrel, like the MG. It's like this way. Spleen said no, right. Turn right. What are you doing? You just turned left. Well, spleen said turn left. I thought you said it said turn right. It was what right when I was about to turn right, it said turn left. That's for squirrel, right? Cutting a hot tin roof, like jumping a little bit, a little bit sort of jumpy, appearance wise. You know, our friend, or more, far more, my friend Tressa, she moved from across country to Tennessee on a splenic decision. She just told me last night it was the first time she'd ever, not the first time, but it was the biggest time she'd ever just trusted her spleen. One day it said move, the next, within hours, she's calling everyone and making it so without any forethought, with no mental, not the measurements. The only mental measurements were making it happen as a manifester, creating an impact. It's insane. It's hard. That's what the point I'm trying to make. To get to the point where you would trust it enough to just give that a shot regarding moving your two children, your two exotic cats, right? Yourself, the thing, doing the thing, right? Over 1,000 miles away is the spleen. It says existential right now. It says instantaneous. And this resonance and this recognition is psychically attuned. It is psychologically attuned, yeah, because it's got to filter and hear the noise of mind and then still give you its truth in that moment. And it does anyways. It's so existential and inbred in part of us since the very beginning. Dogs and cats and stuff, they have a spleen. Everyone, they've all got a spleen. The whole animal kingdom has a spleen, but they don't have this neocortex to get in the way. So when you watch their awareness, it's all splenic.
They're just responding in the moment.
Right, right. That's
Hungry now, got to go to the bathroom now, gonna go over here.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
right,
just
whatever. It
everything is
is.
existential and in the moment,
That's
purely splenic.
all it is, really. I don't know what's actually developing in those little mammalian brains on those other creatures. I bet you there's movement going on with all of it. That's what I'm getting at. I have no idea, but I sometimes feel it. I feel like there's a moment in time when they have these moments. But regardless, we love them. We watch them. They are splenic. You can't miss it. They are the perfect observation of not here, now there, now over here, now there. Stretch, right? Get up, go to the food bowl. So whatever the thing is, we're that way, but on a grander scale because we're nine-centered humanity. And so that which is inside coming out as our protective awareness. The spleen keeps you safe. The spleen gives us psychic, intuitive attunement. It gives us instinctual, sudden nose, tasty, touchy type sense. It gives us instinctual and intuitive judgment of this or that. Not everything is to save your life, like an intuition duck, the car's about to hit and suddenly it hits, or instinctual, that guy's coming after me, I see it in his eyes. It's judgment too. Oh, I can't live here. That's my judgment. It's just as good as any place. See, four walls, heat, this phone cord, got stuff, right?
Not healthy,
Well,
not safe, not right.
just it. That's all there is to it. Now take them around to some other places, and spleen might say, good enough, because suddenly that's all there was, or some. Who
Mhm.
knows what the thing
Or
is? Who knows what the thing is? The point is that it is quick and snappy, and it speaks softly, like the notations say, and it's this attunement to judgment, to taste, to instinct. The judgment can be very pointed, by the way, but it is still there. It's like this taste that you have. I like the music that way. I like it this way. This would play this spleen plays a huge part in how improv unfolds by the jazz man, you know? I mean, it's
Because it's
pretty,
now and in the moment
yeah,
and it
the
should be.
jazz man. It's just right. You can't miss that intuitive, tasteful, instinctual moment of, even though mind is involved in a way, it's like it had to learn all those scales. Emotions are involved. It drove that emotional depth of how we get goosebumps in these moments that are so juicy. Spleen is there, moment to moment, wailing away at bebop. By the way, I'm Berkeley grad. If you've ever tried to read true bebop from Dizzy Gillespie and those cats, it's insane, but it flowed out naturally. That's the spleen. The spleen is there to play bebop jazz music where every note is correct if you're listening to it.
What an analogy. Yeah, splenic authority, it's an interesting one because it's that little voice in the now. It's that thing that is scanning your body that's going like, are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Yes or no? Here's this little message. Like this is the voice that's like, hey, it's time to leave the party. And if you listen to it, you're walking out when the cops are walking in. Like that kind of situation. And especially with the spleen, like this is so related to health and safety that not listening to this one can be really dangerous. In like a personal anecdote, my sister has a defined spleen. She's a sacral authority, but a defined spleen. And she was like leaving church with her kids one day. And she had this sense of like, don't walk out the side doors, walk out the main doors, walk out the center doors, not the side doors. But everyone started going out the side doors. And so she just went along with them and something was messed up with the stairs outside. My mom wiped out, fell on my sister who was holding the newborn baby. My sister broke her leg, like sticking out of her skin type of thing, and has then had casts and metal put in and metal taken out. And it's like this years and years long saga because she didn't listen to that splenic instinct that said, go out the main doors, not out the side doors. So,
Can
like,
you
this is like serious business kind of stuff.
psychic attunement?
Hmm.
It's real. I don't know how you're going to harness it to win the numbers tonight. Don't look at it that way. It's not psychic like, you're invading the thoughts of your business
No,
partner's
it's an
mind.
intuition in
It's
the
an
moment
into,
about
yes.
your own safety.
Yes, and potentially that of the environment. It comes, the environment tells you, your body tells you. It's this connection we have, just like in quantum mechanics. One thing is here and one thing is there, and they're both in the same place at the same time. Our spleen has that psychic attunement to every last little thing, but only as a potential. It doesn't, if you're not seeing it or hearing it, then you just miss it because, like Moni says, it speaks softly. It doesn't scream at you. Even the sacral screams much louder, and we miss that all the time. It's like it's all the emotions. It's like Marsha, Marsha, Marsha. It's just emotions because we hear those like there's no tomorrow. Same thing with our
They're
mind. We hear that.
heavy.
Yeah, in the mind, we hear it all day long. The toy box is clanking away. Stop the dripping faucet. But this spleen, soft. It's like none of that, my child. Here you go. No, okay. Here you go again. No, okay.
The emotional stuff is heavy, right? Like the emotional wave is heavy. It has that viscosity, right? So it's either like champagne or molasses. The head, the ajna is like a carnival ride, like do 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 do, like just a toy
Totally.
box playing up there that you can just get like distracted with like the pretty lights and stuff. And then
That
the
was
spleen is
good.
like, thanks. The spleen is like, hey, cross the street.
Hey, dude. Right. Where,
Yeah.
by the way, the best advice and the coolest stock tip comes in that way. Hey, dude, don't do that. Get this one. That's it.
Mm.
Now, the one who was watching is like, oh my God, and they're writing up the ticket. They're the one that cashed in that day. Literally, that's the spleen. The spleen is your covert, psychically attuned, forward-looking point guard. That if you let it, it will always keep giving and giving. Don't interfere with it. Don't say, oh, I'm going to tell you what my spleen says, because it's too late at that point. You know what I mean? Or make up their mind for it. Just recognize we have no contact with our spleen until it contacts us, until as it is pouring out its wisdom. We just can't go in there and see what that's about. We can go into our mind all day long. Yeah, there's unconscious stuff we get into for hypnotherapy, let's say, or stuff like that, but we can go in there. You can't quite go into spleen. You can only mentally get near spleen and understand it, sure, but spleen exists on its own, sort of like sacral. You can't quite go in, but even that you can participate with a heck of a lot more because it's a lot louder. than spleen.
Yeah, and for the splenic people out there, it's like allow yourself to be existential. Like you're not here to have like a long-term commitment and a knowing on that. Like you're here to just like in the moment decide on whatever's coming your way. So I don't know, don't hold yourself to the standard of making like super long-term decisions. Like allow yourself to kind of be finicky because that's what it's kind of gonna be like for you. Where it might
Let
be
me
okay one minute, it's not another. Go ahead,
Yeah, I wanna finesse that just a little bit.
please.
Sometimes decisions are long-term and they must be made. Be wicked open and receptive to changing that. At any point in time, spleen will tell you. If it's a big decision, change slowly. I get it. Because you'll be looking at spleen will be like, no, no, get out of here. But maybe it's like a cushy job and you got a mortgage to pay and all kinds of things, obviously. So move slowly. Recognize, oh, you got yourself in. And always, as the splenic being, you have a verification. Even the sacral beings have this as a verification, but spleen, you can actually, this is where spleen will interface with mind as a deep visceral memory, as deep as something you smelled with your nose. And we know how deep that is, right? I know that smell, right? That's deep. We can remember a smell from 3 years old.
Mhm.
Recognize that verifying moment where every splenic being can chronicle this and even write down the words for it, where they look back in time and someone asks them, was there a moment where you knew you shouldn't? And every one of them's like, there was a moment and I knew it. Oh my God,
Mhm.
I knew it. I knew it. Your sister,
Oh
I
yeah.
knew it.
Oh, she's still she
To
like
this day, she remembers that moment because she knew.
and anytime she doesn't listen to it, it bites her in the butt and she's
Listen,
like,
was that a guess? Or did she
"What?
know? She
What
should
do
have
you
gone
mean?"
out the front door instead of the side door.
She
Was
knew
that a
she
guess
should
or she
have. No,
knew?
she knew she should have gone out the front door. She
I agree.
absolutely knew, but
I
everyone else
agree.
started walking out the side, so she's like, "Okay, let me go do that." She's the one who's like how many times she was like, "Hey, we got to go right now," and they're walking out as the party's getting raided by the cops. She has that immediate
The
splenic
point
knowing,
is,
and when she doesn't listen to it, it bites her.
and I agree, it's a knowing. And so everyone who's watching this and taking this in deeply, recognize it does know. Allow that, by the way. Just allow it because there is a knowing in there that's beyond your ring pass knot or mine. We can't necessarily be like, exactly what are the factors of all of that knowing? Just understand it's now known for now in that moment.
Until the next moment might be a little
Until
different.
next moment, right. And the splenic being, don't worry about turning someone off and then being turned back on by them. I don't want to talk to them right now. Oh, wow, that might be true. And if the other being is right for you, they'll be like, no, it just wasn't the right time. Because 5 minutes later, they'll be like, oh, dude, yeah, sorry. Hey, I got you now. Can you? And suddenly they are. That's how the spleen works. Honor all of those little micro decisions that suddenly move your direction off what your mental mind thinks it's supposed to be. And the ones you can't honor, watch and see how many times you recognize, crap, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Yeah, it's like a leaf in the breeze. It's just always a different little breeze that's going to change its direction. Like you don't know which direction the leaf is going to fall. It's just going to be nudged in these little different ways. If you would like to book a reading with either Danny or myself, check out the QR code above, or I have the link down in the description box below. You can use code AWAKEN for 10% off your reading. So check that out, hang out with us, ask us questions about your chart and anything you got going on. We'd love to talk to you. Also, if you've been getting a lot out of our shows, you've been learning a whole lot, you get a whole human design education here, and you'd like to support us and encourage us, check out our QR code above for our donation link. That's also down in the description box below. And we thank you very, very much.
You've got yourself inner authority, man. Take this, play it back, send it to your friends, and thank you very much, right?
Thank you, Danny. Thank you to everyone who is watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, hanging out with us. We love having you. Thank you for being with us while we grow, and we will catch you next week for another episode.
Till the next time, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.